Hey everybody, I want to show you a little video today about how you can set up your Fractal AX8 with your analog drive pedals. This kind of works for any external pedal, but I figure a lot of guys have drives that they really like that are particular to their sort of sound that they would normally use with an amp, and you can certainly use the Fractal as a stand-in for the amp and use your favorite drive pedal with it. So here's how to do it. If you can see here, I've got a drive. This is an Anarchy Audio Gain of Tones pedal, really great sounding King of Tones style dual mode drive. And what I've done is I have taken the effects send from the Fractal into the input of the Gain of Tones, then the output of the Gain of Tones into the effects return of the Fractal. I'll say that again: effects send to input, output to effects return, and then I have cranked up output to the effects send parameter. What I've then done is I put a block in the grid, just inserted it between the in front of the amp in series for the effects loop block, and I've got that sitting here assigned to foot switch 5. You probably can't see on the menu because the screen's not really coming through the old green screen, but nevertheless you can turn it on there and turn it off. So that's how I've got it set up. And the other thing that I've done is I've gone into the, if you press Shift Store, you're going to Setup. And again, you probably can't see this in there, but you go to the In-Out menu, and you want to set, if I enter that, you go to Audio. I've set Input 2 to left only, and I've put Output 2 to left and right sum. And I've also put Output 2 effects send boost pad on 0 dB. And I have set Input 2 effects return to -10 dB. Alright, so now that we've set that up, I'll put all of this in the description. Let's just have a listen to the pedal bypass and the effects loop block bypass. Here's my amp tone. And now I'm going to put the effects loop block on. Which, as you can hear, is doing absolutely nothing at the moment. There's a little bit of noise, which is coming from the pedal and the power supply, which you may or may not even hear. At the moment, there's no change in gain, there's no change in volume. So if you are getting a change in gain and change in volume, you can tweak output 2, and you can also play around with the in-out levels in the advanced menu. Right, what I can then do is I can set up my pedal. So I'll turn the drive on, nothing, and then when I press the effects loop block, so I've got a sound setup that I want on the pedal, and I can just turn that on and off. Which is exactly what I want it to do, and then I can turn that on and off. I can also assign that to be on and off with scenes, which is pretty rad. And then that way, you know, if I was playing a gig and I wanted a couple of different drive sounds that I can tweak them here on the pedal without having to dive into the menu there. Really easy. The only other thing to take into consideration is that you set up your analog pedal so that the output of the pedal isn't clipping input 2. That's not going to sound good if you do that. For example, I'll crank everything on the pedal. So at the start there, and you can hear the hiss from the pedal there. I'll turn that off. At the start there, I was hitting the red, which is going to, you know, if you push that too far, you're going to get some digital distortion. And if you just pull the volume control back on the pedal, it'll be sweet, and it sounds really good. And I'll just show you those connections really quick for anybody who didn't hear it at the beginning. So we've got, there we go, we've got our outputs there. Whoops. And then you can see I've labeled it clear. I've just put a bit of masking tape on each cable. So the one without masking tape is the effects send, and with masking tape is the effects return, which is pretty cool. And then if we're having a look here, let's see if this will come up. I'll show you the in-out settings on the menus. So let's see. as you can see there, that's how I've got everything set up there, and then on the next page, that's where I've got stuff set up there. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to my channel, and otherwise, have fun cranking up your analog drives into the Fractal AX8. Cheers!